Hello, it's April from Learn, Do, Become, and this is audio number 5 of our Organized Mindset series. Today we're talking about the excellent reasons to stay stuck. And to find all the audios, you can go to learndobecome.com/start today, all together, or learndobecome.com/crush it. They go to the same page. As I'm recording this, we're getting ready to start our next 4 weeks to finished coaching program. I'm so excited about it. And on that page I just mentioned, you can find out more, find out how you can participate working with us and our team, working with the STEP program, or participating at home with a lot of the free resources that we have for you. Really, my goal is to help you get out of that overwhelm, to wake up excited, to go to bed content. All right, let's dive into the excellent reasons to stay stuck. I put up a post on social media a few months ago and asked, what are the benefits of clutter? And I was amazed by all the really, really good answers that came in. And essentially I was trying to say there have to be benefits or all of us would have clear, clean, organized homes. What are the benefits? And so I'm just going to share some of these really awesome, legitimate reasons to keep the clutter around. And this can include physical or mental or digital clutter. All right, here we go. We can easily see what we need to do if objects related to our tasks are out in the open. Isn't it awesome when it's not out of sight, out of mind? It takes less time to maintain. We won't have to put things away and take them out and put them away again and take them out again. By not clearing the clutter, we can jump into new projects. It makes our environments feel nest-like and cozy. When the surface is covered with things, we don't have to worry about keeping them clean. It allows us to postpone decisions we don't feel like making. Clutter can stimulate the mind because it's kind of fun to look at all those desks and shelves with lots of stuff on them. We have an excuse for not having it all together in other areas of life. There's less stuff in the landfills. If we haven't thrown anything out, then everything is still possible. I love that one. All the possibilities are just open to me. We don't have to worry about tossing something that we'll need later. And if we're too busy to put things away, we feel important and like we don't have to do anything about it. That gives us a sense of power, I think. This is a quote. It said, "Clutter equals stuff. Stuff equals needs met. Needs met means I'm caring for my family." So that was really powerful to think when you see stuff everywhere, it's, validating that you are taking care of your family. I agree, or your business or yourself. Another one says it's great to always have things on hand, like an impromptu card or gift or craft items for the kids without spending any extra money. Really, really true, really good. The stuff reminds us of events or experiences so we won't forget them. I mean, how often do you have like concert ticket stubs or a name tag from a conference you attended or a neat little, program from your child's trumpet concert or band concert or the cheerleading competition or something, right? We won't feel bound by perfectionism or the idea that everything has to be in its place to enjoy life. Really true. And it's fun to find something a year later that you forgot you had. So these are really incredible perspectives. I really appreciate our community coming together and sharing these ideas. And I think it helps all of us to recognize that, if we've got clutter around, not all that's bad, right? So I think it is really healthy to ask ourselves, thinking about our own situations, our own homes and offices and closets and all that stuff. What are the great things about us that are being represented by our clutter? What are all the good things that this clutter is saying and representing and doing for us? A few examples. It probably shows we value our time. We're realistic about how much we can do in a day. We want to feel successful. We don't want to let anyone down by maybe trying to clear the clutter and doing it poorly. Or we also might see when we move quickly and leave piles of stuff around, we're showing care and responsibility for our work, family life, etc. So, we've discussed a lot of really great positive things. When we can look at all of the good that is represented by either our clutter or our frustrations or our anxiety, etc., it helps us to understand why we are subconsciously keeping ourselves from tackling it. This is what I learned from my favorite online psychiatrist, Dr. David Burns, author of Feeling Good, When Panic Attacks, Feeling Great, other books I think I talk about all the time. Dr. Burns, if you're listening, you know I'm one of your biggest fans. So then, though, when we see all that good, we might ask, do I really want to get out of the clutter? Because if all that mess represents so much good in me, then if I throw it all away or, donate it or give it away to other people, it means I'm also throwing away all that good. Now, in the Feeling Good podcast, I listen to just about every episode. Dr. Burns' students, or like the team CBT therapists that he trains, they use that strategy all the time. Essentially telling their patients that perhaps they don't want to work on the problem they initially came to them to see because it is serving them so well. So, for example, if they feel a lot of anxiety over something and then they recognize all the good that anxiety represents, well, maybe they don't want to get rid of that anxiety. Maybe they want to work on something else that day, talk about something else. But then usually at that point in the sessions, they do a bunch of live sessions. I've listened to them and I'm just fascinated by them. But in those live sessions, the person who's, come to them as a patient will say something like, well, it is helpful to see all the good that is represented, but this problem is actually hurting me in a lot of ways too. And then that's when they do a cost-benefit analysis and look at how it is hurting them. So let's do that now with our clutter. Thinking about your specific clutter. So I want you to maybe visualize the area that is the most painful to you right now. Is it causing you to feel more anxiety than you'd like to feel? Is it hurting your relationships in some way? Is it costing you time? Preventing you from moving forward on some other goals? Preventing you from having people over to your house? Impacting the internal chatter that we discussed in the previous audio? Because if there is some kind of pain happening inside of you because of your clutter, but it also represents so many great things about you, then where do you go from here? That's where you kind of end up in this conundrum. And this is where Dr. Burns introduces what he calls the magic dial. So essentially, instead of pressing a magic button and getting rid of all the clutter, which also gets rid of the good it represents, you simply take this magic dial and you dial it down. You don't have to turn it off, but you tell yourself, I don't have to swing the pendulum all the way to the other side. I can just dial down the overwhelm so it isn't overwhelm anymore. And this is where you get to set the agenda. You don't have to live in a pristine environment like that friend or neighbor or family member that you feel is always judging you. You don't have to create a home that looks like a magazine where nobody lives. You don't have to get rid of your favorite blankets or toss your favorite magazines or donate the things you truly treasure. But you can decide to give yourself a little more space, a little more ownership over what you keep and what you don't, a little more light and joy in your environment than you currently have. And yes, as you start digging things up, you may also unbury problems, but that's okay. You can categorize them as projects and add them to your someday or your next in line lists. And we can show you how to create a command central that will manage all the tasks and stuff that comes into your mind. Our community can walk you through the how-tos, but you need to be ready to take the next steps. That's the whole reason I'm doing this mindset audio series. You need to set the agenda and you need to decide that staying stuck isn't your lot in life. It's the psychological work that prepares you to get organized that's probably the most important step of this whole process. I'm thinking through this right now as I'm trying to make decisions in our business and in our family and just in my personal life as I'm trying to decide, what do I want? What is it that I want? I feel like, sometimes I'm a little nervous when it comes to taking that next step. But that psychological work, that's what I'm going through right now. And as you're working to get through clutter, if that's what you're facing right now, yeah, this psychological work I think is most important, because if you've ever seen those TV shows where a cleaning crew pops up and they're like, hey, we're going to give you a home makeover. And then the person absolutely falls apart because they can't handle all the changes taking place. You know what I'm talking about. They really weren't ready. They hadn't decided that they were really ready to dial down the overwhelm. And then they were holding tight to all the good that those piles and piles of things represented, but they probably didn't even know what they were doing. And the people around them weren't even acknowledging it. They were just getting mad at them for holding on to everything. There was one episode I was watching where this woman was sitting on the porch while the team was like getting all the stuff out of her home. So it was kind of one of those hoarder shows, and they were pulling everything out, and she's on the front porch and she starts creating this pile of stuff around her, like yelling at everyone, pulling it towards her, and creating this little mini hoard on the porch to surround her. And she was falling apart. And it just hurt my heart because I'm watching her and I don't think she knew what was going on. I mean, I don't think she understood why she was feeling that much stress, and she couldn't really think through it logically. She just knew she was panicking because that comfort, that barrier, that she'd built around her, that buffer, it was all going away. And there wasn't anyone there to help her really process it. And so while that's kind of an extreme situation, this kind of thing is happening all the time. Where I even got an email the other day from someone who signed up for a STEP program and just said, I'm like panicking. This is just even the thought of moving into this next phase of my life or clearing the clutter. It's like shaking them to their core. And I feel it and I get it. There have been so many times in my life where I've decided to make a shift, and then my body was going through all kinds of crazy stress in the background because I didn't understand what was happening. I just knew all of a sudden, wait a second, that's not who I am. I can't just change. I can't, do something that doesn't feel comfortable. I'm learning, though, it's just that we have to teach our bodies and teach our brains and help change the chemical makeup in our body to feel really comfortable with this new shift. When you actually take the time to do the mental work, and when you decide what you truly want for your life, and if that includes an organized, clear space and mind and life, then the actual doing of the work isn't that hard. So we could transform your entire home and business and family and life in just a few months. It doesn't take that long to do the work. The main question is, are you ready? So the Learn to Become invitation at this point is to take some time to record the benefits and costs of the clutter weighing you down, whether it's physical clutter, digital clutter, or perhaps mental clutter. And then you decide, am I ready to make this change? And you might not be. You might want to stay with that for a while longer and focus on something else, which is totally fine. This is your life. But as you see the costs and the benefits, if you recognize, oh man, the cost of me sitting in this overwhelm is like my life, it's my purpose, it's my relationships, it's my family. If you are in that place and I can't keep going like this isn't living, this is just hiding, and I'm ready not to hide anymore. If you're there, then we can help you, and we can help you get out of the clutter pretty fast. So anyway, I hope this is helpful for you. Our 4 weeks to finish program is the most focused, I won't say intense because it's not intense. I guess you could choose to make it intense. It's focused, it's support, it's office hours with the community, it's classes with me each week for 4 weeks. It's a special, small, super tailored Facebook group just for you, helping you get results in 4 weeks. If you want to commit the time, the energy, that focus of your life to it, we'll help you. Otherwise, we have a Steps to Everyday Productivity program. There's lifetime access. You can start whenever you want. There's flexibility there. So that's another option that comes with 4 weeks to finish. So you can have both. And we have tons of free resources here on our website, on our YouTube channel, the podcast. Make sure you're getting our emails. Oh, go to learndobecome.com/inspiration if you are not getting our weekly emails, and you can sign up there. Okay, I hope you feel excited. I hope you feel like maybe a little challenge as you're thinking about these costs and benefits. I hope it's getting you thinking in a really positive way. And I hope you can feel the love and compassion that I personally have for you, because I understand that life gets complicated. It's not always that easy to just say, oh yeah, I'm ready to clear the clutter. It's not. Sometimes there's other people involved. Sometimes there's health issues. Sometimes there's heavy loads of responsibilities, and you've got to just decide what makes sense for me right now. And maybe it's just listening to the podcast, and maybe it's just coming in our free Facebook group. Maybe it's just kind of exploring our social media and just kind of checking in with us. Or maybe it really is, I'm ready to jump in with both feet and let's go do it, So wherever you are, I'm sending lots and lots of love. And I hope that you can feel a little lift today. All right, thanks so much. Again, go to learndobecome.com/crush it. Sorry, that was Eric's idea. I can't say it without laughing. You can go there to see all the audios. And of course, you can visit our website. We've got all kinds of stuff for you there. Okay, have a great day. And if you do want to work with me in particular, in it with our team in 4 weeks to finished, you can get that on the Crush It page or learndobecome.com/4weeks. The number 4, WEEKS, to get on our interest list. Sending lots of love.